The last thing we want to cover is how to use a lookalike audience that you just created in the process of creating an ad. To get started with the ad creation process, log in into your Facebook Ads Manager and then click on this green button over here. It says Create Ad. Next, select a campaign objective. It's increase conversions on your website. Enter the URL of your squeeze page. Takes a moment to load. Next, choose a conversion pixel. To track conversions properly, click on continue. Perfect. As you can see, it's time to create the ad, and something we will have to specify is the targeting. Okay, so the custom audience you want to choose is actually the lookalike audience that you created. So just go ahead and select the lookalike audience that you created just a moment ago. Okay, perfect. And basically we are done with the targeting. Okay, now the targeting is already pretty specific, but you can get even more specific than that. Now the only three sections you can specify is the locations, the age, and the gender. Let's talk about the age and gender first. If you know your market pretty well, then you could say, okay, I'll narrow this down to, let's say, the age group 30 to 54. And let's say I just want to target women. If you know that this is the predominant age group that will opt in anyways, or let me put it differently, if you track the results that you're getting, because seriously, at the end of the day, it's not only about building a list. Building a list is a way to communicate with your audience, to build up a relationship with them, and to have traffic on demand. If you send out an email, you can reach 10,000 people instantly, get like 5,000 clicks every single day. But you have to track what audience is actually converting, okay? So it's not only about building up a huge list, it's also making sure that you get those people on your list that ultimately make a purchase. So if you kind of figured out that, well, you're getting many 18 to 25-year-olds on your list, but the people who purchase at the end of the day are between 30 and 54, then specify it. And if you know that the predominant gender is women and not men, then well, just go ahead and specify that here. This is nothing I would do in 95% of the cases, okay, when you're in the process of building up a list. But as soon as you start selling and as soon as you start tracking the results that you're getting, okay, from making these purchases, from making these sales, if you know who your target customer is based on the sales feedback they were getting constantly, then just go ahead and specify that. Something else you can specify as well is the location, okay? So you could say, I just want to reach people living in Berlin. In a specific city or a specific region. Well, only do that if there's some reason for doing it, okay? Let's say you're promoting an offline seminar, or let's say you are a local store, a bookstore, I don't know what you're doing for a living, but whenever your business comes along with a geographical restriction, right, that you just really want to reach out to people in a very specific region for whatever reason, then go ahead and specify the location in this section. If you're selling online courses, online services, without any geographical restrictions, don't do that. But if you're selling physical products in a local store, or again, if you want to promote a certain event, then seriously, just go ahead and specify this section here. Short recap: in order to target the lookalike audience that you created, you have to find it in the custom audience section, then just go ahead and select it. And well, you can even narrow down this pretty specific audience even more by selecting a more specific location and specifying the age and the gender. And if you're done with that, well, next step is to create the ads, right? Entering an ad text, a headline, selecting a picture, and if you're done, just place an order. And that's how you scale a email list with lookalike audiences. It's a great way. Make sure to use them. I promise you will get great results.